the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
Final.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Sunday, June 7th. We've got a great sports betting day ahead of us, so we don't have any playoffs to talk about, but we've got some great games, Major League Baseball and WNBA, as well as the UFL playoffs. Anybody up for some UFL playoffs today? We can find some other events right now. The French Open men's final is about to just getting underway here. And who are you on here in the French Open? Man, I got to think that it's going to be tough for Zverev to cover 5.5 games. What he's going to do? 6-4 him 3 straight times in this one. So what did you guys do with the French Open here? I didn't go public with a play in this one because, man, Zverev is looking great. But I thought Caboli here on the game spread might be pretty good to go at plus 5.5 games. Just underway right now here from Roland Garros. And let me know what you guys are doing there. I didn't have a public play. I really love, Zverev is really, it seems like every time I did go against him, he kind of crushed it. But Caboli obviously has looked strong here and had the rest of not having to play his semifinal match too. Maybe that's part of the handicap here. So also golf well underway around the world right now as they're trying to catch up there at the Memorial. Right now they've been completing some of the third round here today currently as they get ready to head into the final round. They still have to wrap up the action here with several golfers, including several on the lead here with JT Poston, 2-stroke lead over Ryan Gerard. Sam Burns is 6 strokes back along with Wyndham Clark and Tommy Fleetwood. They're still on the course. And Eric Cole shooting a 4-under, but it could be a 2-man shootout unless both those guys fall back a little bit. You obviously have some capable guys in Burns and Clark and Fleetwood. It's going to be no deeper than that. There are only probably 5 golfers that can win the Memorial here on Sunday. So that may help with the odds there a little bit. I don't see anybody else. Schauffele's the only other guy still on the course, but he didn't make a big enough move here in the wee morning hours at the Memorial. About halfway through at the Live event here right now with Hatton leading the way by a stroke. Sergio and Rahm just a stroke back. It's going to be a shotgun finish at the Live event in Andalusia. Also, DP World Tour about coming on through here, the back 9 with Lopez Shakara leading here. Monaco Grand Prix. Whatever happened to the greatest day in motorsports? They just decided to go with the Grand Prix later so they can package up the North Americans. So they don't go back and forth a couple of times there. Kind of ruin the fun, though, there on Memorial Day weekend. But nonetheless, not bad here with the Grand Prix underway right now. About almost a third of the way through the race here right now. About a quarter of the way maybe through the race here right now at the Monaco Grand Prix. Also, college baseball is going to be off the hook today. 5 more games. We're going to try to whittle it down, get some more teams into Omaha to join teams already headed to Nebraska here right now, including the Georgia Bulldogs. They're headed to Nebraska. So are the Troy Trojans and the West Virginia Mountaineers. So some of the teams they're headed to. Ole Miss, of course. They took down Auburn. Mississippi State, Georgia play here just a little bit, actually, here. Maybe we'll have some picks on those in a few minutes. So we're also heading down to the stretch here, getting ready for the World Cup. Man, is it going to be off the hook here with that? And of course, the Freedom 250 next Sunday, going to be big time. Hopefully you're able to join us last night here on the Sports Money Network. We had welterweights with Gabriel Bonfim moving up here, his fifth straight win, as he was able to take down Bilal Muhammad, an absolute romp by decision, 50-45 three times. Wasn't even close as Bonfim wins it. I was on Muhammad there. It wasn't a sports money premium for me. It was not a win club pick, but I was definitely on Muhammad there. And I think the former two-time champ, going bye-bye right now from the just getting too old for this here in the tough welterweight division there. So did have some winners though there over at winnable.com yesterday. Hopefully you were on board with me for some of the winners yesterday, and you can subscribe to my picks over at winnable.com. In fact, I'll be giving away some picks here, some subscription here. If you choose to sign in the chat and give me a pick on the show here, that's what we'll do. We'll have a drawing at the end of the show, and I'll give 1 month away. But we did have some nice winners for subscribers yesterday, both on the free side and on the subscription side. So I went had a couple of wins there in Major League Baseball. Actually, was a split, but my WNBA premium pick won with the Storm and the Lynx game to go under there yesterday. And we did bring home the winner, remember, with Andrieva on the game spread yesterday over Schwelinska there in the women's event. And my UFC card did go 6-1 last night, despite the criticisms of my panelists here. But I was able to come through with a pretty strong card there last night for the subscribers anyway, over at winnable.com/Ramon. 6-1 last night there. Only one loss we took on that card there, I do believe. I got that right. Hopefully I got it right here. There were some other losses I had on the show for sure. We did have some winners in there as well. So thanks for joining us last night. Really fun time. And then let's get into the real action there. The guys came back on the air. I was in awe. They're going back on the air for the second overtime. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to the first overtime? What happened to the last 3 minutes of the game there with the Vegas Golden Knights getting the win last night? Great job by Vegas. Hey, lucky goal. That's the way it is. That's the way it goes, right? Man, nothing wrong with Bussy. Nothing wrong with the goalie change there for Carolina. Freddie's been working hard. They bring in Bussy. Actually did a great job. Stopped that big shot. And then the first overtime, of course, no scores there. But then just a lucky bounce in a way. The puck bounced in behind the net there. And the Knights get the win 5-4 into overtimes. Marner makes Cup history with the fastest hat trick ever. 6'10", beat Rocket Richard there. We were looking it up. I was looking it up during the game last night. And then also, how about the 38 seconds, 3 goals? I mean, was it a replay? That was crazy ridiculous. It really was one of the wildest games you've ever, I mean, hockey known for wild games, and this one was off the charts wild there. And it unfortunately kind of ended awkwardly, but maybe it was appropriate to have a goofball ending like that as the Knights win, and they got another one at home here. So let's recap some of the action also in other sports yesterday. But let me say hello to the folks in the chat, and thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam Show. All right, let's see who is here. Let's see who's joined. Andrew K here. He's still whining about the officials. I mean, miserable here. And obviously he doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, come on. I mean, look at the stat. I mean, the road team won the first 2 games. I mean, how miserable can you be here? All right. Twisted, ready to go with this great match here. Bobby Mack is here, ready to go this morning. And let's see here. Going right now. Now we're about a third of the way through here. And what does Twisted saying? He's ready to go with some more Zverev here right away. And Caboli, okay, getting a little plus money on both ends. Is that it? Dead Internet Theory had a winning day. Brazil, says Jim. You know what, Jim? You already know I'm on Argentina and Brazil, and I don't know if I'm going with anybody else. I mean, I don't know if I was going to go. I don't want the two European favorites. I don't want them at plus 450. No problem. We love I want to see Lamal win that golden ball or whatever they give away. And I want to see him do well. I want to see those other stars do well. But look, Argentina's defending champs. And yeah, so we got aging Messi. But, you guys love the good conspiracy theory. So I think, but also, Brazil's stars are underrated too. Jim said he had the Canes and the Knights over. And Twisted did not like the fight card last night. I thought it was okay. The slow start with 3 women's fights there. I thought all the men's fights were actually a good, intriguing matchups there for the most part. Can't believe they couldn't talk me off Tapa there. I wouldn't know why I'd be on Tapa when the whole world was on Baranowski. I just didn't try. That was like one of the few L's that I had on the card. That one and Silva there, right? Silva and Chirez. And I lost a couple totals on there too. But other than that was okay. Let's see here. Spurs in 6 says Dead Internet Theory. He likes a big-time comeback 4 straight. Blake says good morning. Andrew said everybody's talking about it. Yeah, thank you, Andrew. You too, my man. Good to see you. And Cape Verde there for Nate. All right. Let's take a look at some of the other action here from yesterday, and had some winners here on the morning Steam show. But Major League Baseball yesterday, and some interesting results certainly from the card here on Sunday. Guardians over the Rangers 6-0. Ramirez scored there for Jeff on the show. He took him in a prop to hit a home run. And then Recchio, he homered for Cleveland as well. And Tanner Bybee finally got a win in 14 starts. Talk about no run support. Cleveland had 30 runs in his first 13 starts. No wonder they were 2-11 with him pitching. Cubs beat the Giants. Pete Crow Armstrong tied the game with a 2-run home run. In the 9th inning, Cubs won for only the 7th time in 26 games. Cards over the Reds 6-5. Nutbar hit the go-ahead homer in the 8th inning. Walker homered again. White Sox 6, Phillies 3. Chicago led early 6-0 and did it again. Gonzalez, his first major league home run. Painter was awful. 42 pitches, gave up 4 runs. Also, Nationals over the Diamondbacks, more homers. This time it was Meade and Cruz, of all things. Littell, 5-0, 1.93 ERA for the Nationals. This guy's put it together here. Washington, impressive on the road. They can't win at home. Marlins beat the Rays. Sanoa homered, singled twice. Tyler Zuber, first career save. Tampa didn't even have a hit for the first 5 innings. Mariners over the Tigers. Bryce Miller had 1 hit allowed in 6 innings pitched, and Dominic Canzoni went 3 for 4 with a home run. The Mariners have won 9 of 11. Blue Jays over the O's. Ernie Clement, 3-run homer, scored 3 runs. Louis Barlin, 10 saves and 10 opportunities for the Jays. Just give them a chance. Give them the ball when they're ahead. Orioles, 31 and 34. They still hit home runs. Pitching has just really hurt the Orioles. Royals beat the Twins 3-2. Kansas City scored twice in the top of the 9th. Bobby Witt Jr. had the game winner there in that one. WNBA yesterday, and it was Minnesota clubbing Seattle there. Really drubbing them by 20. Seattle looks pretty poor. Minnesota number 1 in the league right now, it looks like. Also, Las Vegas was able to cover against Golden State and got it done. Also, Atlanta destroyed Washington. I couldn't be talked off Washington. Everybody loved Atlanta. I said I couldn't go with them there in that one. What a rout. And then the coach gets escorted out by the police. He was so angry about the no calls in that game. He ended up being taken away. Well, they just kind of didn't take him to jail or anything, but that was the Mystics. Coach Johnson escorted off by the police there for complaining about the calls. You better just watch out when you're complaining about those calls. You might get taken away by the cops. Kentucky Derby, Golden Tempo wins. Don't blame Sherry DeVoe. Great call by her, right? She's not going to bring her horse back there in just 2 weeks to run in the Preakness. She's going to give 5 weeks off, come win one of the biggest races of the year at the Belmont Stakes. That's how you do it. And Golden Tempo won it again. Razor had it. Razor had that big win at Churchill as well. I think some trifecta. I was listening to the show there yesterday. So not only did that, and then he hit Golden Tempo at the Kentucky Derby. All right. We just got baseball to talk about today. Let's see who else is here in the chat. And Twisted, he says, there's just no good fights anymore. Just not good enough to be a pay-per-view, so that's why they're down there. I don't know about that. I think the contract, maybe I'm not reading it right, but the contract, I think, outweighed the pay-per-view. I think that's why they ended up taking that route. Otherwise, we'd still be watching pay-per-view, it feels like. So, okay, I guess we'll just get into the action here. Hey, use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick selections. Also, you can sign up for free and get my free picks every day. Did have my Cover the Spread show there if you want to take delivery of that without having to go on YouTube. I send it out every day in the free picks over there at winnable.com/Ramon. All right, we just really got Major League Baseball here to worry about today. There is some NASCAR as well here on Saturday. And we can get into it here right now with the card ready to go. Let's take a look at the action here for Sunday with the Pirates and Bubba Chandler going here in this one against the Braves and Bryce Elder. Pretty big favorite here for Elder. A lot of people don't really believe too much in Elder. I do, but this price still kind of looks a little bit steep. Still, just after the Braves just won 6-3 and 6-3, it's hard to think they won't win this game 6-3. That's what it feels like. So right now, about $1.50. We are seeing some movement here right now, a little bit in this one, but maybe it's a little bit cheaper than $1.65. I might be getting carried away, but still, like I said, does feel like Elder's been very, very good. I just think people just don't think the numbers are real or that he's not a very good pitcher. I think we've heard it here on this channel and others. But I don't know. It's hard to argue with a 2.63 ERA and a 108 whip. And I don't know whether maybe the 5-3 is not good enough. For Bubba Chandler, 5.05 ERA, 2-6 record, learning on the job still. And, it's caused some friction maybe in the Pirates clubhouse. We've heard that from Mikey talking about how maybe the Bucks over in the background, just can't seem to figure it out. Sending the wrong guys maybe down to the minors or demoting the wrong guys to the bullpen and trying to keep these other guys now that they brought up Davis again. And does he deserve to get his spot back after being out for injury for more than a year? So the only negative here is probably that Pittsburgh isn't very good as an underdog. Other than that, Atlanta continues to do the job, and they've been terrific on the run line as well. Nearly over 65%, about 65% on the run line. And Pittsburgh's just 3-7 on the run line in their last 10. I got to think the Braves can handle this here and get the run line in this one. Maybe first 5 might be the call, though. I think I like Elder better over Chandler, and who knows? Maybe there'll be some volatility there late. So I'll try here with the Atlanta Braves in this one on the first 5. That's what I'll do at -0.5. I'll take the Braves first 5 in this one. Let's go to the chat All-Stars here right now and see what they have to say here. 9 legacies on the Pirates money line. Cash Kane, first 5, money line, Pirates. Also, Robert likes the Pirates here. Like I said, a lot of people don't believe too much there in old Bryce Elder. And Blake says, Braves team total over 4.5. Cash Kane liking Bubba. I like Bubba too. I don't like him right now. I'd rather have I think I'm the only Bryce Elder fan on the internet. All right, let's continue on here on Sunday with our Red Sox here taking on the Yankees, and they mixed up pitching here a little bit after the rain out. They will play this game here. The game that was postponed has been turned into a doubleheader, but it's not for quite a while. I think the doubleheader, they said, is going to be in August. So they've been able to move the pitching here a little bit. It was going to be Connerly early, but Suarez can now pitch. And the doubleheader will be on August 29th. They'll have a doubleheader here because of yesterday's rain out. So Cam Schlittler is going to be moved into the spot here now, as yesterday, remember, was going to be Will Warren, who who some people want to kick out of the rotation already once some guys come back here for the Yankees. Guys 7-1. Ranger Suarez 3.37 ERA, 2-3 record. Schlittler 7-3. We know he's a master here, but I don't know. This looks like a move here to the Red Sox. I don't think it's $1.65 anymore. I'm seeing some numbers here as low as $1.50 or even $1.45. At least a 10, 15 cent move or more on Boston here this morning. We already know the limitations here a little bit of the injury report. We certainly know about that, but probably more so, you do have the Yankees here. I don't know if Suarez coming still in this rotation, in this spot here for Boston. So, the Yankees do well, but maybe not as well now with their lineup again here depleted. But, they have a good record versus lefties and righties. It really doesn't matter. And still, Yankees still with good numbers and good figures here a little bit. But, Boston here with at least Ranger here maybe can deal. Let's see what you guys think. I might try to Boston here. Let's see what's going on here. We know that so far Robert's on the over here in this one. I think for the most part, certainly the Red Sox record is poor here so far without Judge in the lineup. I think it's at 1-4 here right now. So I don't know if we can totally bury him or anything with those numbers. I mean, hard to judge them here. And again, the Red Sox haven't been playing very well, but they did win the first one 5-3 there a couple of nights ago. But rain out yesterday. Let's go to the chat All-Stars and take a look and see what they have here in this one. And maybe I can make my call after I see what you guys have. Here we go. A Boston money line for Blake. Well, and Suarez under his K, says Jermaine. I mean, Schlittler is, this sub-2 ERA, I mean, it's for real. I mean, the guy's had a great year, but, Suarez does bring you a really solid effort here. I mean, his numbers are pretty good, too, 1.16. And like I said, Yankees certainly in a little bit of a stunned situation right now. And Boston's been better recently. They've had good road trends in New York when these two teams have met. Actually, Boston's been getting the better of the Yankees here, having won 7 of the last 10 meetings in New York. Although the Yankees have won 5 of the last 6, they seem to win in Boston, and Boston seems to win in New York. So, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Boston here in this one. Give me the Red Sox today. Beat the Yankees here, lacking confidence. I'm sure Schlittler will be dealing along here for sure, but I'm going to give Suarez a big chance to outduel him here. All right. Cam better away from home, still very good, says Jermaine. Kane says Rice can carry the Yankees to a W by himself. They do have some guys who certainly can step up. You don't mind missing. I don't want to say you don't mind missing Stanton, but Ben Rice and company can still do it here. All right, next up. We've got the White Sox here on the road taking on the Phillies. And the Phillies are a big favorite here, $1.60. Tyler Gilbert on the mound here. He's an opener for the White Sox here in this one. He opens here with his 20.25 ERA, by the way, and David Sandlin was the probable starter prior, so he'll be available for a lot of bulk relief. And I also think they said, let's see if I got it here. Oh, I know they said. I think I had one of the other bulk pitchers. Nonetheless, we know we've seen Sandlin in there before for the White Sox. And look, the White Sox are definitely still playing good ball. They've been able to begin the Phillies a little bit of a ride here this weekend. Won yesterday's game pretty impressively there, 6-3. Phillies won the opener, 8-6. So the White Sox have scored plenty of runs. They do struggle a bit on the road. And, they are piecing this together, but Aaron Nola is coming in here with that 5.5 ERA and a 3-4 record coming into this one. So you got to expect maybe some volatility here is what I'm thinking in this one. We did see a little bit of a move, though, come in. It feels like the Sharps here are going to take the under. I'm not buying it. If anything, it's given a little bit of a discount. Shouldn't there be double-digit runs in this game today? Nola's ERA has to be concerning. Philadelphia does kind of own this matchup, but this is an interleague matchup. I'm not going to sweat that. Philadelphia's gone under in 15 of 19 overall and 9 of their last 12 at home. So maybe a lot of that is built into this situation, but just seems to me like when you have, Nola certainly giving up runs, the White Sox are still looking decent offensively here right now. 5th in the league in on-base percentage, 3rd in the league in home runs. They are missing their sluggers, so I think the Sharps have been pushing on that a little bit. Phillies for all their success, and they've really done it with some good pitching because the offense has some problems. There's no doubt about it. I think it kind of overlooked. But when you're down there in the bottom of the standings in a lot of these categories, a lot of the offensive categories right now, that just is pretty glaring here into why the Phillies maybe can't kind of burst out here. But they have been winning here of late, but still just a pretty difficult number. Maybe it will be kind of a low-scoring game in this one. So, oh well. It does feel like the White Sox might be a little bit compromised here. In the game with the going up against these Phillies with this makeshift pitching arrangement here today. Let me go to the chat here. Okay, it's going to be Phillies on the money line for cash gain. And 9 legacy Yankees run line, White Sox money line, White Sox money line for Blake. Some White Sox support in there. Maybe the over here for Kane. Jermaine says 90 degrees today in Philly. He likes that heating up. Bobby Mack says, what about the White Sox on the run line here? Can't you find some value with that maybe? I would say that if it's probably below $1.40, I'm gonna go with Robert here. That's why we have him. I'm doing it. Give me the White Sox on the run line at minus $1.40. That's my play right there. Thank you to Bobby Mack. Next up, the Orioles are taking on the Jays here. Shane Baz goes in this one. 4.29 ERA. Kevin Gausman, 3.36 ERA, 4-4 record for Gausman. Definitely the better option here between the two. Toronto won yesterday's game 6-4 to snap a 3-game losing streak against the O's. Toronto 18-14 at home. Baltimore still 12-19 on the road here. So look, this is a modest little price here, it seems like, in this one, when you can get a guy like Kevin Gausman maybe against this Baltimore team for about $1.40 or less here at a few places. Now, I think here we could see Toronto's bats kind of break out a little bit here right now against a guy like Shane Baz. Feels like Baltimore's got the overall a little bit better offense actually here lately. So they're the ones that hit a lot of home runs, but always blow it in the pitching department, it feels like. So I'm going to go over here in the first 5 in this one. Give me the over first 5, Baltimore and Toronto here. Total is 4.5. See what the chat all-stars say in this one. Jay's money line for Robert McCormick. And good morning to Woke His Joke joining us here in the chat. More than halfway through here at the Grand Prix, Monaco Grand Prix right now. And Zverev does have a 4-1 lead. 4-1 lead right now in the first set over Kaboli. Toronto money line for Blake. Next up, the Mariners are on the road here. Make sure I didn't miss a game here. Mariners are on the road here taking on the Tigers. And Jack Flaherty, a favorite here in this one against Luis Castillo. My, how times have changed. Flaherty here, 5.3 ERA, but a 1-7 record. But Castillo can be trusted. 5.53 ERA and a 2-5 record right now. For Detroit, they've been pretty hot here, but Seattle got the win yesterday, 4-0. Seattle's been hot. We mentioned their winning streak there in the intro, and well, they are favored in this one, probably because of that streak, and they do have a better record right now than Detroit, considerably better record here right now, if you think about it. Seattle, a few games over 500, and Detroit well under 500 right now. So really, Detroit's even been playing some of its best ball here, but Seattle right now also, sure, they did lose a couple here coming in, but did win yesterday's game after all. And like I said, Seattle not only won 9 of their last 11, but they've also won 8 of the last 11 games against the Tigers. 6 of the last 7 between the two teams here have gone over, but I don't know if it's going to go over today. Detroit's won 4 of their last 5, but they've lost 9 of 11 at home. I think the Mariners are the side here in this one. I'm going to take Seattle here on the morning steam show as my pick. Give me Seattle here with Castillo. Seattle here for Blake. 9 legacy. Blue Jays run line. Dodgers money line, I think that is. Bar is under 8.5. Tigers money line for Robert. And good morning to Bar in the chat. All right, next up. Rays and Marlins wrap up their series here on Sunday. It's the Marlins that are playing well. The Jays are struggling here all of a sudden. Might be the worst slump of the season here for the Jays. They've lost 7 of their last 10. Miami's been a terrible underdog, and they're still an underdog here in this game, but it's closely rated. I don't know if I'm going to worry about that. You know, the Marlins here are 23-6 to the over as an underdog here. I was thinking that there might be some runs here. I mean, Sandy does tend to give it up. The steam came in on the under, but I don't know if I'm buying that. Sandy's going backwards again. He's got an ERA now of 4.6 something here, 4.6 period. 4-4 record. Gavin Jack's 4.76 ERA. So I don't know. Sandy can maybe be a little bit better at home, but off of that hot start, Sandy was toast. And all now he's just another average guy, just like last year, just like before. So maybe it'll be okay. The Marlins are playing a little bit better, and maybe they can grab one here from the Rays today. It feels like this might be a good situation, but I'm going to go over in this one with the Rays and the Marlins. Give me the over here. I'm fading that steam. I think the move is on the under. I mean, it opened 8 over 20 and mostly 7.5 over 20. Went down like a half a run. Maybe Sandy is going to have a good outing here against the Rays, but I'm going to go over in this one. Marlins for 9 legacy. Marlins for Blake. Rays for Bar, but Marlins for Robert. And I might be on the Marlins too. It feels like Marlins in the chat. All right, next up, we've got the Braves on the road here taking on the Astros, and it's not Gordon jump, but it's Gage jump. Whoops, wrong game there. Not the Braves, the Athletics. I think what I did was there was probably half asleep, and I was typing it in, and we see at ATL and ATH now, because they don't put the initial, they don't say like SAC. Someone did in the chat yesterday though. That was cool. But or put LV. You don't want to do that yet. Although the Athletics will be playing here in Las Vegas next week, starting on Monday. They'll play a 3-game series Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday against the Rockies. Then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they're going to play the Rangers here at the Las Vegas ballpark. Right now, it's 7 in the morning and it's 80 degrees. Yesterday, it was 99. And this is not in the new stadium or anything with no air climate. It's going to be warm. But they are all-night games, I do believe, by design. Okay, so let's go to the Athletics here and jump. 3.75 ERA, a couple of starts. Burrows here, 5.66 ERA, 3-7 record for Burrows. But Astros are making progress here, and the A's have lost 3 straight. Does feel like the Astros maybe have found somebody they can beat here right now to try to pad some wins here and try to get back get back going. These teams pretty much have the same record now. I think they're both on 30 wins or so. And for Mike Burrows, his numbers aren't great either. 5.66 ERA, 3-7 record coming in here for Burrows. But the Astros got the first 2 here in this series, 5-1 and 12-2. That's 17-3. Even I can figure that out. Now, the series in Sacramento did have a ton of runs. They scored in that one, I think, 58 runs in that series. Or was it even more than that? So let's see what you have here so far. Look, one of the 2 went over. There was like I said, a 5-1 game in there, but maybe that was the outlier. But we even see more runs here in Houston today. The A's have gone over in 7 of their last 9 games, and Houston and Oakland, like I said, have gone over in 5 of 6. Houston's won 10 of their last 15. The A's have actually won 9 of the last 13 meetings between these 2 teams. Houston is 12-21 to the over at home, but the A's are 14-21 to the under on the road. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. We have today Jump the Left-Hander here. All right, let's go to the chat. Lineup. Astros for VAR. And Athletics Moneyline and Langoliers with a home run. I've done this whole show. I forgot about the cool graphic. Oh well, I'm not gonna do it for half the. Can't even read it, anyways. Blake over 9. Here's Robert. A's first 5 Moneyline, and Woke His Joke says A's first 5 here. Okay, that's interesting. All right. I'm going to take the over in this one. I'm going to say over is the call here. Even though we had one of them go 5-1, I say we're going back to the over. Astros run line. Did the Athletics open as favorites in this one? Some books did. Some books did open it as Athletics favorites, but the late books did not. So I think that would mean yes. Astros run line. A's money line for Jimmy D. Rock on. All right, we're still cruising along here on the Morning Steam Show. And next up, the Royals are taking on the Twins. Noah Cameron goes here for the Royals. Connor Prelip goes for this one with the Twins here. Prelip, a 5.26 ERA, 2-3 record. Noah Cameron, 4.22 record, ERA, 3-4 record, 1.26 the WHIP. Twins still the better team here, but maybe the Royals, I don't know. They gain the favoritism here because of Cameron having maybe a better, maybe a lower ERA here? What 1 point better, even though they're on the road here. And Kansas City's been an awful road team right now. Prelip has promise here. I do like him, but he's going to need some experience here. Still, the Twins are 18-17 on the road at home, and the Royals are still 11-22 on the road. Royals did win yesterday, 3-2, and kind of a close call there. Saw the way the game ended, 2 runs there in the top of the 9th inning. That rally at the end of the game, and Bobby Witt getting that game-winning hit. So it does feel pretty closely rated. Minnesota, much better, at least at home, a little bit over 500 here. So I'm going to go under here in the first half with these 2 pitchers, though, actually, with these young pitchers, Cameron and Prelip. Give me the under here, first 5 with the Twins and the Royals. I don't even know if I can produce any good trends to back this one up. But that's what I'm going to play for sure here with these 2. The total here in the first 5 is 5. I'm going to take 5 under 30. See what the chat all-stars say here in this one. We've got Royals 9 Legacy is on the Royals run line. And Cash Kane here says Royals money line. And Buxton here to hit a home run. Hopefully he's back in the lineup here today. Is listed as questionable. No report yet. Did not play yesterday, right? We do got the lineup of the White Sox and the Phillies, it looks like here. Antonacci, Vargas, Benintendi, Montgomery, Medroth, Gonzalez, Peters, Romo, and Nishida. For the Phillies, Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Marsh, Baum, Stott, Garcia, Crawford, Marchand. Under 9 for Blake. Royals money line for Bobby Mack. No 2-14 here, says Jermaine, talking about the awful record here, no doubt, of Kansas City versus left-handers. You can't take them here in this one. Going up against Prelip, 2-14, worst in the league against left-handed pitching. And on the road, seems like automatic Twins. Don't try not to give away the premiums here, Jermaine, all right? Kansas City, though, for Jimmy D. Next up, the Reds are on the road, taking on the Cards. You got Brett Lauder goes here again. Brett Lauder, 5.4 ERA, 3-3 record for Lauder. Reds have lost 3 in a row. The Cards have won 3 in a row. Mike McGreevy, 2.98 ERA, 3-5 record. McGreevy, good numbers. Some of the worst run support going here, it feels like, for McGreevy. What's wrong with these Cardinals? Mostly these Cardinal bats that are preventing this team from really busting out. They just don't have any power, really. Just a lot of singles hitters on this team. The Reds, meanwhile, their offense continues to plummet. They do have a little power, but they strike out a lot, don't hit for very good average. So got Lauder, though, and McGreevy here. And McGreevy, this line's hanging in there right now at a pretty decent price. At $1.35, $1.40 or so. See what you guys have here in the chat in this one. The Reds are pretty much an over team on the road, 18-12. To the over. Also, when they're an underdog, they go over as well. Cincinnati's lost 4 of its last 5. Cards have won 4 of 6, and they've won 7 of the last 10 here, actually, against the Reds. Cardinals won the first 2. The first 2. 10-3 and 6-5 yesterday there. Cardinals were able to get the win with 2 runs at the bottom of the 8th inning. Go to the chat all-stars here. And Jermaine. There it is. Bar here under 9.5. McGreevy K's over here for Kane. Jimmy says, give me the cards. Blake's on the cards here too. Popular play here, cards. That's I won't pile on. You guys are probably solid on that cards play here. So give me the under here in this one. I'm going to go under with the Reds and the cards here in this one. I don't think it's 9.5 though, is it? Yeah. You can get 9.5 under 20 for sure. All right, here we go. Keep it moving here. Morning Steam Show, Guardians and the Rangers. Guardians with Cantillo here, the left-hander. Man, Cleveland's looking good. They did snap the 2-game losing streak with win over Cleveland. 6-0 yesterday. Kind of mowed them down there. For Texas here, Jake DeGrom. 3.47 ERA, 4-4 record. Pretty good pitching matchup. I mean, DeGrom's going to be much better than Cantillo, that's for sure. But you certainly can even it up with the way Cleveland is performing, with the bats, with the bullpen as well. Rangers got a pretty decent run here right now, as well as one of the hotter teams in the league. It's a pretty good game here, actually, here on Sunday. DeGrom might have that edge, though, here, at least with Cantillo's inexperience here and the fact he's on the road. But kind of a difficult matchup here, obviously, for the Cleveland offense going up against DeGrom that is at least pitching pretty well. Both teams under machines here, and this game is in Texas. So, I know we probably get on that one a little bit too much there, but 9-20 to the under. Been doing it all season long. We did lose a few there last week when they were at home, or 2 weeks ago. But, man, it just continues to be under city, it feels like here. Why wouldn't we do it again? Let me do the first 5, actually, in this one with DeGrom and Cantillo here. I'm going to go under the first 5 in this one. All right, bars on the Rangers here. Johnny Walker. Hey, Johnny. He's on the Nerfy. I was watching the World Series there last night, and maybe Johnny can make it to a televised. Has Johnny been on a televised table yet? Okay, Robert here on the under 7.5, and Jermaine says Cardinals team total over 9. Legacy Guardians money line. Texas first 5, says Blake. All right. And Jimmy Lambo in there. Nice to see Jimmy today. Okay, let's keep it moving here right now. Next up, Brewers on the road here against the Rockies. And, I tried to go against Mizorowski there. That was just a mistake. I thought that maybe there might be some issues with it in Colorado, but no, it only what the hot, warm, thin air allowed him to do was throw the fastest pitch in Major League history, 103.7 miles per hour. So we know how that works. Do we put that one in our science bag, or was he just jacked up to go against the Rockies? I'd have to think the former. Milwaukee did get the win yesterday convincingly, and the Rockies never got going even after he had to leave the game. It was a 7-1 there in that one for the Brewers. They also won the opener 9-7, so 16 runs in 2 games here in Milwaukee. You'd have to think that they could smash them again here right now, and maybe smash Freeland early with that 80 ERA. Drohan here, he's in this game. I mean, he is starting this game in Milwaukee. Like I said, they just have to keep going deeper and deeper into their pitching, but they all seem to perform pretty well. Drohan, 2.87 ERA, 1.15 WHIP. He's had plenty of innings here this season. It's looked pretty good. I got to think the Brewers can smash the Rockies again right now. Brewers continue to make a statement here in the early season whenever they can. So let's take the Brewers here on the first 5 at -0.5 at -135. First 5 Brewers in this one. What's the chat pros going to do with this one? Antonelli leading here still. Hamilton, Leclerc, Russell. Okay, here we go. And Johnny, this was supposed to be my day, right? I'm supposed to go over there. But, man, we had that stream late last night, and then I was watching the overtime game there. Oh, man. And then, maybe it was not a good idea to watch that Cure concert in the middle of the night here after I probably should have went to sleep. But I was watching that Cure concert there on Amazon Prime from Spain last night, and that was really great. I sent out a tweet that said, I haven't had this much fun being this depressed in years. I love that band, actually. But you know what I mean. If you like The Cure, you got to have a little screw loose. Or I don't want to say it like that. I love Robert Smith, and I just the songs just make me contemplate my whole life. But man, Johnny, that's the one I want to play, Johnny. Oh, man. Blake here, Brewers on the run line. Jimmy says first 5 full game over, Rockies and the Brewers. Under 12 here for VAR. Jimmy loves the Cure. Yeah, I mean, this was as good as, the thing about Robert Smith is the voice hasn't changed. The music is even, there's a technical, not that the Cure wasn't on, but the sound is really good. It was just a concert on TV, so maybe it wasn't as good as I thought it was, but I thought it was pretty good. I sent it out on my X page and said, I haven't felt this good about being depressed in years. How's that for a saying? Okay, here we go. Let's keep it moving right now. Next up, Nationals and the Diamondbacks. And the Nationals here in this great offense. But Soroka's been consistent here, and I'm still Team Arizona at this point. Look, I think it's great what Washington's doing for sure. This has been terrific, and they just keep going. They've won the first 2 games of the series here, and they've done it pretty convincingly by scores of 14-1 and 6-1. They've absolutely crushed the Diamondbacks here. But it is going to be sweep avoidance here, and I think we get a solid, controlled game here in this one. I think we're going to see very few runs, particularly if Arizona can't get it going. For some reason, they can't figure out the Washington pitching. It's gone the other way as Washington keeps smashing here right now. Washington, sure, they lost the first game of this series. Lost the last game of the series 3-1. Oh, that was last year. Okay, let me get this straight here. Outscored them here 20-2 over the last 2 days. Washington here 21-12 on the road, continue to smash. Arizona still a good home record, good as a favorite as well. So, but man, I don't think get the sweep on them. I'm gonna go under in the first 5 here in this one with Cade Cavalli and Michael Soroka. Give me under in the first 5. I got stage fright there, I think, on that game. Because, I'm still on Team Arizona, and they've obviously been pretty good here. It's just that the Nationals are hot this weekend. But I'm gonna go against a sweep here. But I'll take the first 5 under 4.5 at -$1.25. Chat All-Stars here. And let's see here. Nats team total over for VAR. Lee Mathis is here. Blake says go under. 9 Legacy Diamondbacks on the run line. And Robert says Nats first 5 money line. Thanks, you guys. Doing a great job today in the chat. I'm a little beat after that last night. Mikey sent that message. Come on, Bo. I'm good. I could not get. I was just laying there watching the game. I could not move. Those guys are a little younger than I am, maybe. Maybe I just can't handle it anymore. Jimmy says Arizona on the money line. Was it one of the best Stanley Cup games ever? I think it was fun. It was fun. It was very exciting. Well, I'd say maybe one of the more exciting games ever. I don't think I'd put it up there as far as like oh wait, the textbook. This was one of the greatest games, right? It's been, 3 goal, like the way it happened. There was kind of even though Marner had the 3 straight goals, and one of them was an own goal, and then the key goal was kind of but that's what makes games great too. There's no doubt. And after the game, while I was watching the local newscast, and everybody was just going crazy at they have places to watch the game that aren't at the arena too here. Okay, Mets and Padres here in this one. Brazoban is the opener here for the Mets in this one on Sunday. So he'll be in there for a few innings anyway, or 1-1 possibly here for Brazoban, 2.25 ERA. We've seen him open plenty of times. Oscar Brazoban. Here, 3-1 record. Padres for Randy Vasquez, 3.3 ERA, 5-3 record coming in, and a 1.22 WHIP. Padres finally got a win over the Mets and got a win over anybody to snap a 6-game losing streak. You just got to wonder if the firings are coming on Monday of the batting coach. It's being called for here. Will Steven Souza, the former Tampa Bay Ray. The thing is, he's the buddies with the Padres manager, Craig Stammen. And maybe it's not the guy that, Preller wanted his man in there. I say the Padres needed a big-time Latino manager to guide this team, a guy like Albert Pujols, someone that the team, the majority of the team members will rally around. Pujols, obviously a bit inexperienced, but he does have international experience. And, Stammen got the job because Preller asked Stammen to sit in on the interview process that when Preller was bringing in all sorts of guys and help with the interview. Well, by the time they were done interviewing all the managerial prospects this year for the Padres, Preller turned to Stammen and said, I think I want you for the job, actually. Now, maybe Preller was pulling a fast one on him and wanted him the whole time. But that sent a chain of events where, I don't know, I think the Padres players were kind of hoping that they would get someone, a Latino manager. Really thought that was going to happen. But they did not. And I'm not saying that's, oh gosh, I just crashed into the wall with Lance Stroll here. So just some of the issues here with my team anyway. I'll quit whining because I think they might have Padres maybe can win this one. I'm going to take them in the first 5 here actually today. Give me the Padres here, first 5, after I told that story. And if they if they lose this one and get shut out, if they get shut out here, how can you not fire the hitting coach tomorrow? Because this has just been awful. They did score 3 runs there yesterday, so that was enough for the win. But I'll take the Padres here in the first 5 at minus $1.15. All right, let's take a look here right now. And Mets run line for Barr and under for Blake. Vasquez under his Ks. Here's Robert. He wants to go over. Woke his joke says a parlay here with Canes puck line over and Anderson over at the end of and then they changed. Anderson over 21 saves at the end of the third. It showed 22 saves. And then it went to overtime and a shot mysteriously disappeared. When did Bussy come into the game, though? When did Bussy come into the game? I thought he came in like in the middle. Was it after the third period? Was it for the overtime? Bussy entered the game at the start of the third period. So maybe there was something with that. 9 legacy on the Padres. Bar says North Carolina today in the game against USC. How about that? It's going to be some great games today, huh, Bar?
Steam play.
Hey, everyone, there's some steam coming in here right now, and it's on the Royals and the Twins game to go under. The total was 9. We were just talking about it. Oh, man, it's going down to 8.5 here right now. Steam on the under for sure. Royals and Twins. We don't just do this to pretend like we're some, secret money line watchers or something. I subscribe to this line service, and they tell us in real time when all the books are moving on one line at once, on a game at once. And right now, Kansas City, Minnesota is definitely moving down to 8.5 here. That's why you heard the noise in the background. It's not some that I have no control over it. I subscribe to the service. It tells me when the line's moving in real time, and that's what's happening right now. Kansas City, Minnesota, moving on the under here, and this is why hopefully you watch the morning steam. Hopefully not because of me. Or maybe. Are we on this one here? The Angels and is that it? The Angels and the Dodgers? Have we gone through all these games here right now except for the last game? Angels and Soriano, Dodgers and Sheehan. Now, look, the Angels have Soriano, so at least they have that going for them. But who cares? I mean, sure. There's a Soriano 2.72 ERA, 6-4 record. The only guy that can kind of win on the Angels, Sheehan, 4.5 ERA, 3-2 record, but a 1.16 WHIP too. So look, 210, 220. I don't care. I mean, the Dodgers going to do it again on these guys right now. They just beat them every single time. What's the first 5 run line here? Is it -1 or something? Probably just take him in the first 5 to beat up here. Look, Soriano, though, does have good numbers, so maybe it's even a discount here a little bit in the first 5 right now at -0.5 at -145. I'm going to – well, that's a little bit of a steep price, isn't it? Give me the under here in the first 5 in this one at 4.5 -$1.25. With the Dodgers and the Angels today. Okay, here we go. All right, and Bar here on the run line. 9 legacy Dodgers on the run line. Bar says, might go with the under in that KC, Minnesota now after that steam came in, right? Because, look, those two guys don't have very good numbers. But and I don't know, are the public really going to say, hey, let's put us this money on the under in the Royals Twins game? I mean, we know every game gets bet on one way or the other, but what moves the line is that sharp money. And so I would think that's kind of a sharp side there probably. Dodgers first 5 -1.5, says Blake. All right, let's keep it moving here right now on the Morning Steam Show. We've got just one more game in Major League. This show's almost over right now. Thanks, everybody. I know I've been a little rough around the edges today, but I don't think Andrew's happy with me after telling him for the 3rd straight day, quit whining about the officiating. You're up 2-0. But, I mean, if you have some bets or something, it could be some, maybe they should have beat him up by more. Maybe, it doesn't seem like everyone says, like I've heard some people also say, like, they don't like Wemby because they think he's a little bit of a dirty player, or I think he's just an awkward, tall man. I mean, he got the controversy there with having his arms folded during the national anthem. I'm sure he regrets that too. I just think he is, Hey, I think the Knicks are going to sweep these guys now, but I like Wemby. I like him. Okay, I hope he doesn't end up like Giannis. Okay, 9 legacy here, Rockies on the money line, and now here's a bar says Cubs money line, and woke show. No, I do that because look. Oh boy. Okay, let me get into this one here. I always tell Mike what's up, okay? We're not going to let him get away with any kind of falsehoods here while I'm on the air. All right. That's all. I'm sharing the screen, so we can't be telling, what's going on out here. The safety car ending here right now, and I see it here. I'm looking at it. What's the controversy here? Or am I behind? Okay, let's get to this one here with the Giants and the Cubs here tonight. With old McDonald on the mound here, Trevor McDonald, 4.5 ERA, 1.15 whip. Tyone, 5.13 ERA, 2-5 record. But he does have solid numbers against the Giants, actually. A 175 batting average allowed here. I see. We have what happened there? And so maybe, the Giants, they're up and down. We know that. Man, they've got the 6 grand slams in 20 games. They've got the situation where they hit the home runs and then they get shut out. What's up with Leclerc? Charles is in our face here, and he's not happy. I love these cameras, man. All right. Still, the Giants' second in batting average. This offense is going off. There's no doubt about it. But Tyone does have some advantages against this lineup here. So, I don't know. This one looks a little bit tough here right now. And what will happen once they get into the bullpen with these guys? So, with the Cubs here at home, and Giants certainly is still inconsistent. 14-23 on the road, and Cubs 20-14 at home. I'm still going to roll here and take the Cubs tonight. Give me the Cubs here in this one on Sunday Night Baseball. All right, let's see here. 9 Legacy, San Francisco money line. Lee over Jung Ho Lee over 1.5 bases, over half a base, 1.5 bases. Get it right? Did I get it right? All right. And we're going to set it up for a good finish here for the final 12 laps there. Since Antonelli was leading by too many. Giants money line here, but Cubs money line for Bobby Mack. All right, got 2 games in the W tonight here, huh? Let's see what we're talking about. Sky and Tempo. Nobody thinks the Sky is going to win 2 in a row. They just get lucky. Man, this WNBA is crazy, isn't it? I mean, you get the teams here winning sometimes out of the blue. It seems like more so than the NBA. But Toronto's played really well. And here they're favored by a pretty minuscule number, really, it seems like. Chicago, they've had some moments, but feels like they're kind of up and down for sure as well. So Toronto's drawing all the attention because Chicago's on a poor record here, ATS, so far this season on the road, especially so far. Sky here so far, ATS on the road. I'm sorry. At home, they're terrible. Okay, my bad. I was doing it off the top of my head. Let me look at it here. Chicago is 0-4, 0-5 at home, 3-2 ATS on the road. So it's actually the better role. But no, I'm not going to do it. I don't think Toronto here is going to lose this one to Chicago. Toronto here getting 2.5. Laying 2.5. I'm going to take Toronto. Minus 2.5 against Chicago. Chicago's definitely played better on the road here. Okay, let's see if anybody playing some WNBA tonight. Tempo for 9 Legacy. Tempo, it's all tempo here. Busher to do it here says, woke his joke. I think I'll have a NASCAR package. I passed last week because of the what happened last week? I can't even remember. Okay, let's go here to the last one, Fire and the Sparks. Man, the Fire here, they're getting like 8 points. Like the Sparks are going to be there is some, sometimes you've seen these big numbers, they do get it done. This one's actually gone down to 7.5 here. It was, did go up to 8, I thought. The move is on the fire. It probably should be. And the total here has definitely gone down, though. 176.5. The WNBA moves are usually pretty solid, actually. Yeah, I know LA gives up a lot of points, but I'll take the fire here in this one. And, yeah, you might think that with all these overs that LA has had, they've been losing too, but they're 7-3 to the over. But still, when the move goes the other way, and this one, like I said, is about 176, even though I said 178 on the graphic. I'm not going to fix it. The show's over here. And Peasy says you got to get these second half unders right now in the WNBA. They just go dead there. I was worried there though yesterday. Peasy's was already running a victory lap, and I'm like, watch out, Peasy, it might go overtime, but it didn't. It didn't. New York crushed them in the end. I'm definitely under 500 so far in the WNBA season right now. That should never be the case. I mean, this has been a great sport of mine. Maybe I need to listen to the panelists more. I need to listen to you guys more. I need to listen to the experts more. Try to make my own judgment here. Fire plus the points for 9 Legacy, Portland for Bobby Mack. So, okay, you'll take Portland with these guys. All right, that's going to do it for the show. Let's hear from Mikey Money, and then we'll get out of here. Let's try to see if we can't award someone some subscriptions. I think I can win today.
Hey, it's your boy Mikey Money here, and letting you know the Sports Money team live over on Winnable, and you can get your favorite cappers' best bets. Come support the squad at Winnable.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
Let Sports Money Network's team of experienced handicappers do the hard work for you, and with the flexible notification options, you'll never miss a play as we drop them.
Don't wait. Don't guess. Don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Okay, what's going on now? Is it really a pothole? Is it really a pothole right now? Is it a pothole right now that stopped this race? What is this race is drunk? What's going on here? I mean, I just saw a crash. Then we've got the what was going on with the pace car there. What's this red flag for? This race is crazy. Is it a pothole here? Let's see. They're showing here. Time penalty here. What is going on? The track is ripped up. They're not going to be. Oh, this is going to be trouble. This is going to be trouble here. This might be the final result here. Actually, I can't believe this is happening right now at this race. I don't have the volume on, and I'm looking at this situation, and I'm looking at the reactions here, and. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen repairs, we've seen it here in Vegas even having to do a repair. But this racetrack is kind of ripped up here or something right now. And look at it. Look at it. Look at it. You're never going to. Oh, bring in the street sweeper. Bring in the street sweeper. That'll do it. And then what are you going to do after that? I mean, look at all this debris here. We might have a result here. I don't know. Okay, let's do the drawing here right now. So this situation is going on here. Robert says that there's a time window on the race. And what can you actually do with that? I mean, if it was a pothole, right, we've seen potholes repaired quickly. But when you got the track there with that, I don't know what that was, and you see the drivers are out, and, you know, you're going to take it. I mean, they're not going on this track anytime soon. So let me do the drawing here real quick, and I think we might have a controversial finish here. And at Monaco, of all places, okay, here we go. We're going to do a drawing here. Good luck. If you do win, use the promo code WINNER
Final.
over at winnable.com/Ramon, and you'll get the picks. Here we go. Picks from me. Okay. There's the contest. Razor fixed I figured it out. Blake wins. Blake wins. Blake wins. Thank you, Blake, for everything. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all. Woke's joke says it take 5 months to repair a pothole there. So, all right, it's going to do it. Enjoy. Also, Kaboli hanging on here. Kaboli's already got a break here. He might go up 5-3 here. If we could just get one win, you know, I know 6-1, but we don't want him to go down in the other set 6-1. But I'm okay with Kaboli winning a set and then taking our chances from there. Like I said, we're on Kaboli there, plus the 5.5 games right now. So, all right. Thanks a lot, everyone. Enjoy the day here. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.